And Team GB's teenage Olympic skateboarder Skybrown now fancies a crack at surfing in this summer's Paris Games. The skateboarder Skybrown, already Britain's youngest ever Olympic medal winner at the age of just 13, is now turning her hand, to another Olympic sport, surfing. She's hoping to qualify for the Paris Games this year and to become the first British woman in history to compete in two different sports at the same Summer Olympics. Natalie Perks has been to meet her in Puerto Rico.
She may still be a teenager, but her ambitions know no bounds. In the waves of Arecibo, Skybrown is trying to pull off something close to a sporting miracle.
I have a lot on my bucket list. I love surfing just as much as I love skating, and it was hard for me to pick actually, and this time I want to do both. I've been really enjoying it, but it definitely, it comes with a lot of hard work. It's a long journey, but it's a fun one, and I never want it to end.
She's the world #3 in skateboarding and became the park world champion last year. But in surfing, she's a relative unknown, and the world's best are all here in Puerto Rico.
Well, there's not many teenagers that can call somewhere like this their playground, but Sky is well used to travelling all over the world. Let's not pretend, though, that this is going to be easy. It's a huge step up in terms of competition, but Sky's also well used to defying expectations.
She began surfing as soon as she could swim and skateboarding as soon as she could balance.
Daddy, look at this!
She was signed to sportswear giant Nike at 10 years old, and 3 years later in Tokyo, the talent came to fruition.
Skybrown will take bronze.
Some might say this is impossible. Does that spur you on?
It puts a fire in me, it puts a fire in my heart. It makes me really want to prove them wrong. Not a lot of people believe in me, but I do believe in myself, and I'm going to try my best.
Sky's the youngest member of the British surfing team, but with other young prospects here, the focus and funding is on the future.
Are we expecting people to qualify for the Olympics? I mean, that's a really big aspiration. The reality is we've set ourselves on a journey, and the journey is longer than here. The journey is heading to LA, where I think it's far more realistic that we've got a chance to qualify. But again, I honestly would say never say never.
Sky has ambitions of winning 2 golds in Paris. The coming days will decide whether teenage dreams take flight or are dashed in the surf. Natalie Perks, BBC News, Puerto Rico.
Well, in the last hour, in these very blustery conditions, Sky didn't advance from round 3, but it's not the end. She's got a second chance tomorrow in the albeit tougher route of the repechage. There are still 4 Brits in contention here, which for a very young team, a very new team, is brilliant, really. They're all attempting to qualify for an Olympics in Paris, which is being held almost 10,000 miles away in Tahiti. So this is just the beginning of a literal long journey.
Okay, Natalie, thank you. Natalie Perks there live in Puerto Rico. I was hoping, Louise Leah, that you were going to jump in when that frog jumped into my throat. But you didn't, so I had to soldier on.
I was sulking, actually, Clive, having to follow that of Puerto Rico.
I was a bit hacked off too. She's done all right.
Whose idea was it to put that package just before the weather?